Hello friends, welcome to Cybersecurity Coffee. Please don't forget to subscribe and click on like button. This encourages me to create more cybersecurity related videos. Today we'll be talking something about Google GCP data loss prevention API. Data loss prevention, also known as DLP. This is to basically to identify and protect sensitive data. It reduces the potential risk and takes informed decision to prevent data loss. DLP API uses informed different sensitive data, also known as information types, which determines sensitive content of the data. Personal information like email address, credit card details, and password could be classified as sensitive data. So, what are the different steps that are involved in masking the sensitive data? The first step is to inspect, that is to identify sensitive information. The second step is to mask, that is to use special characters to replace those sensitive information. And the third step is actual replacement, which is to with the predetermined value, right? And the fourth part is redact, that is to hide all the sensitive related information or PII, personally identifiable information, from public eye. So let us talk about GDPR. So the GDPR is a European Union regulation, which stands for General Data Protection Regulation. So basically, it protects European citizens' data within the European Union, and GDPR regulation supports data security, data processing, even transfer of data outside EU region. Any company that collects, processes, or stores the personal data of EU citizens must follow strict GDPR compliance requirements. The GDPR requires organizations to use encryption or pseudonymization wherever it is feasible. And we have seen here non-compliance of GDPR amounts to fine of 4% of total turnover. That is, world over. It is basically global turnover. That is, which is set as 4%, and also it has increased territorial scope. It is outside EU or inside EU. We just have to be careful with when we are storing EU citizens' data, and the consent. So cookie consent, which we talked about, which we'll try to cover in the next future sessions. And there is we have US citizens have right to access and portability of data, and right to be forgotten, and these are some of the big responsibilities which companies have to maintain. Now, moving on to the Google Cloud. So let us see how we can perform steps to encourage GDPR compliance when we are storing sensitive data. Okay, so let's get started. Just have to make sure that we are in the right project or selected the right project. Now let us click on the hamburger menu, search for security, and then let us go into data loss prevention, DLP in short form. So once the data loss prevention, just get this, we click on the configurations, and then we click on create template. So we select inspect, find sensitive data, we keep it as it is, and then we name this as CC Cybersecurity Coffee, inspect, template, no display name, just keep it as it is, display name, and descriptions, we just have to ignore, then resource location, let us select US Central, click on continue. So now let's click on manage infotypes. Here we see different data sets that are already present. We look up for something called person name. Let's see this one, person name, and then we select corresponding checkbox, and we look up for or if it is something called email address, we select email address, we say or, and then we say credit card number, we select credit card number. So we'll just keep it as three parameters. One is the name, email address, and credit card numbers. Click on done. So we have just created the configuration. So now you will see all the info types which we just selected here. Then you scroll down and select likelihood, and here you just have to mention as possible. So what this does is basically the likelihood that a scan finding matches a given info type are bucketed into 5 categories from very unlikely to very likely. All the findings that are lower than threshold specified here will not be included in the results. So just basically finds the possible likelihood of identifying this particular information. And once we have selected all this information, let's create. So it's going to take some time to create. I'll pause the video, then come back when it's created. Okay, it's created now. Let us go to data loss prevention again. Um, we are here in data loss prevention. So again, we click on the configurations. We see our newly created CC inspect configurations here. Uh, Now let's create a template, more template. Um, so here we select de-identify and we select info type. So that is to treat the dataset as free-form text and apply the same free text transformation everywhere. And the template ID, we name it as, instead of inspect, we de-identify, and we display name is similar to that, and resource location, we select it as US Central, as we did previously. And transformation type, we basically mask it with the character. So this is the mask with the characters. So usually the mask with characters can be, you can type any characters. I'll just keep it as default, which is hash. You can specify if you want to ignore any such special characters. I just want to ignore them and just replace all the characters with hash. Uh, then in the manage info types, so here it is. Under specify info types to transform, I will select specify info types here. Then within this, again, I click on manage info types, post that. I go into built-in tab. I'm in built-in tab now. So I just select person name, then click on done. So basically, this will add the transformation. We are yet to add the transformation rule, but we just selected the field in the filter section. Um, so now let's add a transformation rule. To the transformation rule, we add what to do with it. So we just replace with info type name. Just replace with info type name, and then within that we specify info types. Again, click on manage info types. And this time we select email address. Last time we selected person name, email address. We again add transformation rule for email address, and we just have to redact this. And then we again specify info types. And this time we select manage info types and select credit card this time. And then click on credit card information. Then we create the information. So we selected all the three fields. So yeah, now we click on the test. So we select CC, inspect, select freeform, and we just enter any sample input. My channel name is Cybersecurity Coffee. My credit card number is 4012 hyphen 11 111 hyphen 11 hyphen, then Joseph. You can reach me on cybersecuritycoffee@gmail.com. Yeah. So here, friends, you can notice that the channel name, the name has been blanked out, and credit card information is completely blank. and email address is just not provided, so it just marks all the information. The only reason the Joseph is shown as the special character hash is because we selected it to be shown as a special characters and so forth. So by doing so, we see that the transformation sample has we have tested the transformation sample. So we have now created in this video we created instance template with built-in info types and using de-identification of templates, and we have secured sensitive data. Thanks, and if you like the video and if you require more such videos to be created or topics to be created, just put in the comments below and I would be happy to create it. Thank you.